But I love my grandma. Loved her very much. My grandma taught me about a lot. Taught me what religion is. Taught me everything you can know about religion. And one quick story, I'll tell you now. When I graduated from high school, my grandma came to me, gave me a big hug, said, "Anthony, I'm so proud of you. You're my first grandchild to get to go to college. What can I do for you? What can I give you before you go to college?" And I said, "Honestly, Grandma, all I need from you is money." Yeah, I know you guys have never been, but college is expensive. And my grandma said, "Okay, Anthony, I understand." So a couple months go by. It's the end of the summer. I'm packing up my dad's car, getting ready to go to school. And my grandma walks up, says, "Anthony, here, before you leave, take this." And she handed me a brand new Bible, King James Version. And I said, "Thanks, Grandma, that's exactly what we talked about." Got in the car and I went off to school. A couple of weeks go by. I'm hanging out in my dorm room, having a good time. When the phone rings, it's my grandma. She says, "Anthony, just calling to see how college is going." I said, "Grandma, college is the best. I'm having the time of my life. But to be honest, I'm already starting to run low on money. And I could use a little bit, like we talked about." She said, "Okay, Anthony, well, let me ask you this. Have you been reading your Bible?" And I said, "Totally, Grandma. I'm on chapter 4. She said, "Okay, Anthony. Well, then I guess I'll talk to you later." Hung up the phone. A couple of months go by. Now I'm really starting to struggle financially. I'm gonna have to drop out of school if I don't get some money. So I call my grandma in a panic. I say, "Grandma, please, it's Anthony. I'm having the time of my life in college. I love it here. But if I want to graduate, and I do, I need you to send me some money like we talked about." She said, "Well, Anthony, let me ask you this. Have you been reading your Bible?" And I said, "Yes, Grandma. I wish it was longer." And she said, "Okay, Anthony. Well, then I guess I'll talk to you later." Finally, it's the end of the school year. I've got straight A's, but I'm dropping out of college because I have no more money left. And I'm furious. I'm close to tears cleaning out my dorm room. When the phone rings, it's my grandma. She says, "Anthony, I heard you're dropping out of school today. How come?" And I said, "You know goddamn well how come, Grandma. Because you wouldn't give me any money." She said, "Well, Anthony, let me ask you this. Did you read your Bible?" And I just hung up the phone. I was so pissed off. Took everything out of that room. The last thing I took off the shelf, the last thing I took out of that room was that Bible my grandma had given me. Took it off the shelf, held it in my hands, and for the first time, I actually opened it up. And right there, on the very first page, in my grandmother's handwriting, it said, "Fuck you." Did you know there's a religion called Christian Science?
I was raised in New Orleans, and it's a wonderful place to grow up. And I was raised Christian Science. That was the religion we were. And if you don't know Christian Science, it is a religion that does not believe in doctors or medicine. So my entire childhood, I never had a vaccination, never had any medicine. They believe we are spiritual beings having a material experience in the material world. And the mantra that they say is, "Know the truth." And the truth is, there is no pain unless you give it pain with your mind. I was 10 years old. I split my knee open and my bone was exposed. And my dad told me to know the truth. And I said, "Well, the truth is, my bone is exposing its material self to the material world. Help me." And then I passed out. Yeah, we never had a vaccination, never had, but they even kept like medicine. I didn't know anything about medicine. It's amazing we were poor because we never had medicine. We never bought anything. We should have saved a fortune in that. But my grandmother lived with us when I was a little girl, and if an aspirin commercial came on the air, she would get up from the sofa, go to the TV, turn it down, stand in front of it, and hum a hymn really loudly, like, So you can imagine my fascination with aspirin when I was a little girl. Like what is aspirin? What is happening? Oh my God, it was just, I would be in the car driving past a drugstore and I'd be like, I'm gonna get aspirin someday.
I am not afraid to say this. I hate pretty much every single religion in the world. Let me repeat that. I hate pretty much every single religion in the world. Did you know there's a religion called Christian Science, where they believe that even if their own children are sick and dying and all they need to save their lives is a little bit of medicine, their beliefs won't let them give their own children that medicine. That's the only good religion. I once asked the crowd in Houston that question. They just started firing their guns in the air. It didn't even let me finish the question. I don't own a gun. I'm against guns, to be honest. When I was a kid, my parents had a gun. My parents said we had to have a gun. Gotta have a gun to protect the 5 children. Gotta have a gun to protect our 5 children. Of course, they eventually got rid of it to protect their 4 children. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun while it lasted. I was getting pretty good towards the end. Man, my parents were strict. Mom and Dad were strict. My mom and dad once made me smoke an entire pack of cigarettes. An entire pack of cigarettes in one sitting, just to teach me an important lesson about brand loyalty. Yeah, I learned a lot from my parents, especially my dad. Like, I'll never forget the first time I ever got a bad report card in school. First time I got a bad report card in school, I brought it home, I gave it to my dad, and my dad beat me. Beat the hell out of me. But I learned something. Because the next time I got a bad report card in school, I brought it home, and I gave it to my mom. Let her take the hit. Yeah. My dad was a hard ass. One of those guys who believed that men just learn by doing things, you know? You don't take classes. You don't read the instructions. You just do it and you figure it out. Like when I was a kid, I never got to take swimming lessons. No, my dad would just pick me up and throw me in the water to teach himself CPR. As a kid, my dad's prized possession, my dad's favorite thing in the world growing up, my dad was the proud owner of a Mickey Mantle rookie card. Mickey Mantle rookie baseball card, mint condition, kept it between 2 little pieces of plastic. But I was a kid. I didn't know any better. One day I took that card to school and I traded it to a classmate for a candy bar. You know what that card is worth today? My relationship with my father. I mean it, my dad was no joke. My dad did not fuck around. My dad did not trust anybody. My dad did not trust anyone. In fact, he had a saying, but he wouldn't tell me. What, too clever for you? That joke is fucking amazing.